What's going on, guys? Zaphinix here to do my review on Nintendo E3 2013 press conference. Now, before I do that, I just want to say that on my new channel, Three Bros All Game, you guys know that it's me as well as two other guys actually doing videos. Now, it took the other two a while to kind of get up there to start doing the videos, but I'm happy to announce that Legacy Force has finally started doing videos now. So if you check the link in the description below, you can go ahead and check out his first video that he's ever done on the press conference between Microsoft and Sony. And I gotta say, it's actually really good. I'm surprised at how well he did it for his first time. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Links in the description below. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the E3 press conference. Number one, they showed off Pokemon via the Kalos region, which is the new region that they're going to be showing a new Pokemon game in. These Pokemon battles look very similar to those that were actually in the old N64 and GameCube days. You know, definitely loving every second of it. I was like, wow, it really started throwing me back there. As well as a brand new type, a fairy type, that will now be strong against dragon types, which is finally great because in my opinion, dragon types were overpowered anyway. So this is definitely something I'm really happy with. They're also going to have something called Pokemon and Me, where Pokemon and Me, get it? Where you'll be able to interact with your Pokemon, very similar to Pokemon Yellow. Remember how Pokemon Yellow, you can go ahead and kind of talk to Pikachu and make Pikachu happy or whatever. With this one, you can also do that too. Now, they didn't mention like if it's going to have any effects on the actual Pokemon themselves, but you know what? Either way, I'm really happy with this. I'm looking forward to checking it out a little bit more. This looks like it'll be available on October 19th. Now, they also had the new Super Mario Bros. 3D World game, which will have a playable Mario, Princess, and Toad. Luigi, Princess, and Toad. Luigi will jump higher, Princess will float, and Toad will run faster. There's also new power-ups, including a cat suit. I thought I saw the Tanuki suit back, so we'll have to see. And I'm pretty sure I saw the flower power as well, so we're going to check that out as well. The cat suit can actually climb walls and scratch and also run faster, so that'll be available in December. Definitely looks like it's worth playing and checking out itself. Another thing is Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. Motorcycles are back. Now you have everything you had before, including gliders, including underwater, including, was it gliders, underwater, and I think that was it. But another thing that they had, motorcycles are back too, and all of them can now hover. So now you can actually go upside down, you know, instead of just staying right side up, which adds a new element to the whole racing gameplay thing. So that's going to be available in spring 2014. That actually looked pretty fun. I'm a big fan of Mario Kart, always been a big fan of Mario Kart, and any kart racer game, including the ones on the Xbox 360 as well as the one on the PlayStation 3. Also, you have Wii Party U, which will have like real exclusive games for just the gamepad only. Like you guys can hold like one side and the other side together and play it. Looks pretty cool. Also, you have Mario. It's very similar to Mario Party, and this and Wii U Fit will be available this year, by the end of this year. It's also they're going to release something called Art Academy, which usually on a 3DS, but now will be available on the Wii U. And they're actually going to release some extra tools right now for the actual to use as an app for, you know, making pictures to post on Miiverse, because they're so impressed with some of the pictures on Miiverse. And I gotta say, I definitely believe in Nintendo for this one because I love the pictures on Miiverse. The pictures themselves are just like awesome. They also mentioned some third-party people they're going to have making some games on their system, including Batman Arkham Origins, Assassin's Creed, Deus Ex, Dance Party 2014, Rayman Legends, DC Universe Scribblenauts for both the Wii U and the 3DS, Sonic Lost Worlds for both the Wii U and the 3DS, Splinter Cell, DuckTales, Watch Dogs, Balloon Point, Cloudberry, Mutant something, I didn't get the last part of it, Kitty Scram, Outworld, New and Tasty, which for some reason Sony made me think that was going to be exclusive. Maybe I was wrong. Shovel Knight, Spin the Bottle, Bumpy Party, and World of Keflings, which really surprised me. My wife is actually a big fan of World of Keflings, so what I'm going to do is I might have her actually do a review instead of me in terms of the difference between World of Keflings and for the Wii U and World of Keflings for the 360. So that's actually something that might be interesting. We'll check that out later on. Showed off more Zelda Wind Waker. Now, the big thing about this was that two things. Number one, the Tingle Tuner app, which I do remember on the GBA, where you actually have to connect the regular game and the GBA together, you will get extra items. This will be available on the Wii U, so that'd be nice. Another thing is that it'll actually you can actually throw like a message in a bottle, and it'll come back. And when the messages come back, it'll actually have messages from other people in the game. So the message that you sent will get thrown out, and people in other games will actually receive them. I thought that was pretty cool as well. That will be available in October 2013. Wonderful 101 will actually have the gameplay was shown a little bit more here. It actually looked great. It will actually have a kind of a unit morph. That's the actual new powers, what the powers are called. Game looks fantastic. It will have multiplayer. It will be available on August 23rd. I am really excited for this particular game right here. So a new game was announced that I didn't know. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze will come out. It'll be pretty much Donkey Kong Country. However, Dixie Kong will actually be back as a playable character, a la Tails. Actually, she reminds me of Tails a lot. Diddy Kong will be there too, so don't worry. Bayonetta, a new look for Bayonetta. She actually has shorter hair. Instead of that pointy hat thing that she had originally, she now has a lot shorter hair now. Goes down to about right there. New outfit and everything like that. So definitely going to go ahead and I'm enjoying it. But the thing is that it seemed like her body was bigger than her head and her ass was bigger than anything else. Now, of course, I'm black, so I'm not really arguing about a big ass, but I'm just saying. That being said, though, you know, all the sexual camera angles are still available in full effect. You know, I'm just saying, if you haven't seen a pussy, you might as well buy the game, because you'll definitely know exactly what it is with this game. But anyway, that'll be released in 2014. X from Monolith Studio, they showed a trailer. They didn't show a lot of gameplay, but the gameplay that they did show was actually very good. They also announced that you will be able to fight and fly within the mech. So I guess it's fight and flight within the mech. And then it's actually going to go ahead and have like a large open scale world, which will be available in 2014. Another thing I want to talk about is, finally, Smash Brothers. Now, the characters that I was able to see was Pikachu, Mario, Star Fox, Samus Aran, Donkey Kong, Link, Kid Icarus, Bowser, and they had two other characters. Now, one character was Villager from Animal Crossing, which I have no idea why they even wasted their time. But the big case was Rockman or Mega Man from, from Mega Man or Rockman, depending on where you're from. Long story short, it was actually pretty awesome. The best part about it was that during the trailer, they kind of showed a different side of Mega Man that I really never saw. For example, they kind of, in the other games, or any kind of, they showed that he was a robot, but not really. It was like the robot part was always kind of a second nature thing, with the exception of the US cartoon. But everything else, like the robot part, seemed to be something that was kind of like a side thing. But this one was actually kind of cool. His eyes were actually LED screens, not real eyes, which kind of bugged me out. I was like, oh, snap. I didn't even think about that. That's actually pretty cool. So his eyes are actually LED screens. So I thought that was cool. Now, of course, the cooler part was the fact that how they showed him using his different powers. For example, in other shows, what they did was when he wanted to transform his hand into a gun, it would just kind of shine into a white light, and all of a sudden, bang, it was a gun. There you go. So, he was like pew, 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 pew. However, hats off to you-know-who. But at the same time, the cool part about the trailer was that his hand actually transformed, Transformers, and turned into whatever he needed to do in order to go ahead and show his power. So it actually opened up and transformed into a hand, where he started throwing the blades, a la, I think that was Blade Man from Metroid, Mega Man 2. But the cool part was he threw two blades, right? And the first blade came out there and Mario barely dodged it. But the second one, it actually was like Link actually blocked the blade like a fucking beast. I was like, damn, that was fun to watch. I could watch that one part just alone all day. I might just make a 10-minute video of just like that. Just keep going. Anyway, actually, you know what? I will. 10-minute video coming up, just nothing but that. Anyway, so with that being said, though, I gotta say that one part kind of confused me was the fact that it started off as a cell shaded. I gotta say that right because I even spell it wrong, but a cell shaded game. But then it transformed from a cell shaded game to a not cell shaded game. So I'm not really sure exactly what they're gonna do with that whole cell shaded part. But when it comes to that cell shaded part, I would definitely keep a look at that, because honestly, it doesn't really matter to me if it's cell shaded or not. I definitely got to go ahead and enjoy this game. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up in 2014, which brings me to the bad part about this whole thing, was the fact that everything seemed like most of the games was in 2014. And it didn't really tell us exactly where in 2014 it was, you know. Now, don't get me wrong, I saw like Wonderful 101, definitely waiting to go ahead and pick that up. Pokemon, definitely doing that. But with that being said, even New Super Mario World going to pick that up as well. But that being said, Mario Kart, what was it? Mario Kart, Bayonetta, X, and Smash Brothers are all coming in 2014. So yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? It's like, okay, well, yeah, great games, and I'm going to get them, but yeah, really, no more games, you know? And also, I mean, I'm assuming Pikmin is going to come out. All right, Pikmin is going to come out in 2013 as well. I forgot, but they didn't show Pikmin. I was kind of surprised at that, you know? Maybe I'm just used to the whole Sony trailers where they kind of show, like, how they showed Last of Us still, even though it's already out. But nonetheless, yeah, maybe I was just used to that. But anyway, that's my video today. I think I rated, let me put it this way. If it wasn't for that last trailer, I probably would have given it like a 5 or maybe a 6. But I gotta say, I give it about a 7.5. Honestly, about a 7 or a 7.5. You know, they definitely did show a lot of games, and they came out the gate showing games. Problem is, though, once again, and this is the problem I had with Sony, they didn't show us too many new games. We got literally one new game that we knew. Everything else we actually knew was coming out. So, you know, I gotta you know, keep it on the same par or the same scoring system that I kept with Sony. Not a lot of new games were shown, you know, and all the games that we saw was pretty much games that we already knew were coming out, you know. So that's it. And anyway, that's my video today. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. As always, your comments are welcome. Just kind of keep it clean, you know. But anyway, comments are always welcome. You guys have a good night. Zap out.